Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This could have probably happened to some of us. It happened to me, but not to this extent. And I'm talking about the division in a society based on political affiliation, or at least preferences. If you're not affiliated with a political party, at least you have you back a certain party or a certain candidate. Well, that should be no problem, but it seems like in the past, I don't know, 6 years maybe, or more than 6 years, I heard of friendships and even marriages that broke up because of disagreements, political disagreements. Now that is crazy, and that kind of division in a society, it's not good at all. And the division, I think, it's fueled by the mass media as well, or it's the main medium that creates this division, and it's not going to be good at all, because it seems like they push this division to too far extremes, and you can't push them back. You can't have a friend because you disagree politically. That's crazy. I have an article here. It's a good example. That's why I picked this article. It's not that I have anything with these two individuals. And I heard about them, and I didn't hear about these two people. One is John Legend. I heard about him. I don't know what he's doing. Probably he's an artist. And the other one is Kanye West. Well, I heard he's a singer. He's something, I don't know. I don't like anything these guys, or at least Kanye West does. His let's elevate it to the level of music. Not my style, not my type. And these are the guys. This is the article, comes from the Insider from today, August 5th, 2022. And you can tell which way the article leans according to the picture that they choose to put for either of these personage people. But I'm going to read you the title first. John Legend said his friendship with Kanye West fell apart after West started backing Trump. So, and now you see the picture and you realize the Insider, which is the media that ran this article, who are they rooting for? And you tell me. Now, Kanye West is the one with the hat, obviously, and the other one is like that. So the other one looks decent and smiley and okay, but the other one looks like a crazy, doesn't he? Or at least looks very differently than the other one. All right, so let's see what's going on here. John Legend says his friendship with Kanye West fractured after West started backing Trump. Really? Is that important for you? Well, if you think that's the opposition to your candidate is so extreme that you're afraid, then you consider this friend that you had as that extreme, that he probably would harm you if that guy would be elected. Otherwise, what goes through your head? Unless you think that your candidate is perfect and everybody else that opposes the candidate is a criminal or something. Now, Legend said they publicly disagreed on West MAGA, Make America Great Again, support and West running for office. He's your friend. If you think that you should not support your friend in his endeavor because he has a different political view than you, then there's a problem over there. First, you might think, unless you think that if your friend gets elected, his election will affect your life in such a grave level, such a big, serious, that you would break your friendship with him. How can you think about the other side in this political environment? It's just crazy. But it says Legend, and besides the fact, West, he's just exercises his right, the basic right, the one of a free person, to elect officials to represent him, or to run for election. What else? I mean, and they're both African American / black, something that they didn't have until, right? And now this guy doesn't like that guy, so that legend thinks if West wins, he's going to me or something. I mean, how can you go? It's this feeling, exaggerated feeling of being unsafe if the other side wins. It's irrational. If that guy gets elected, we're all gonna be, done, really. And people really believed, and still believe that if candidate A gets elected, he's just going to put us in cages. Maybe in time, but that's a scenario. It's a scenario. And things go like a pendulum. Goes left and right. And it seems like this swings too much now. This movement from left to right goes to the extremes, so extreme. And also the people's perception, fueled by the mass media, goes to such extremes that it destroys people's friendships. Now, legend said because too much for us to sustain our friendship. What, political? Is that what represents you? And besides, I would like to take legend and ask him a few questions, just basic questions about politics, about geography, about geopolitics, about, I don't know, some capitals in the world, some leaders. I don't know. I would ask him. And if he passes that, that's great. I will ask him some questions about arithmetics, geometry. I mean, basic stuff that he should know in order to look at the other person and judge the other person in such a way, able to judge the other person in such a way to think that if his friend gets elected, he's going to be in trouble. So that gets to irrational, feeling of threat. I'm threatened by this guy. But if you don't know, then of course you're afraid. Once you know the capability, how far that guy can go. If you don't know, you're scared of everything. I don't know what's after that, behind that door over there, and someone tells me behind that there's a machine gun, someone waiting for me as soon as I get outside, I'm going to be very afraid. But I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is my house. I know exactly what's behind that door. I know exactly who's behind that door. And besides, I have certain things right here that could retaliate against whatever is behind that door. You know what I mean? You know how far that things can go. But if you don't know anything, anyone can sell you anything. And then he says here that John Legend said on Thursday that his friendship with Kanye West has been fractured ever since Kanye West started supporting former President Donald Trump. So Legend must have thought that once that guy gets elected, he's going to be in chains or something. And he was elected. So, and he wasn't in chains. But what do you expect? He's waiting for the guy behind over there with the machine gun, waiting for him when he exits. But what do you expect? I don't want to say uneducated people. People with a lack of knowledge, with lack of information. And not only that, you have to know how to process the information. Not everyone who carries a gun is a criminal. But if you don't know, if you can process that information, that's what you're going to think. Everyone is a potential criminal. Really? Obviously, you want to ban everybody having a gun based on that. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know if it happened to you with any friendships that you might have, bye-bye. But that's too much. Too much. Unless you have like life-threatening, opposition. Let's say you're a Jew and you talk with a Nazi. Obviously, you can't have, try to convince the other guy, hey, stop, no, blah, 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 blah. But then, you know what I mean? If it's that extreme. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.